coming across this good thing. No matter who you are, where you come from, or what you have going on in life, this video should benefit you in some sort of way. I've been doing some reflecting, some thinking, and I also came across a video that I had seen before, and I just wanted to kind of talk about it. So we all talk about how society has kind of went down, how these, how younger generations, I'm 32, I can still be considered a younger generation, but how younger generations are, can be entitled or not driven, lazy, different things of that nature. Now, these traits can be anywhere, in any generation, doesn't matter how old you are, but I think there's a major misconception, and one of the videos that I was just watching kind of dove into it, and it kind of talks about where we're at in life. You look at, boomers or, people who were born, prior to the internet. There's a major generational difference between then and after the internet. The people who were born before the internet and before social media, they also have those things, but they've already kind of established, and they know where they are at in life. They have a foundation. That's what's important, is the foundation. But our younger generations, especially 2000s, born after 2000, and so on, they have a tough area. They talk about millennials. I think they said 94. I forget what the exact years for millennials are. They said millennials. There's a generation out there that has major struggle because they fell into categories where there may have been failed parenting, bad leadership, a whole lot of other things, and coming into a world of social media. They talked about, we're in a society now where you'll be at a meeting or before a meeting, and you're on your phone, hanging, just messing around on your phone. Everybody's at the table, and you're just waiting for the one person to start the meeting. And instead of connecting and networking and talking, a lot of us are just on our phones messing around instead of having those genuine conversations, making connections, lasting connections that can be meaningful, deep conversations, deep thinking, critical thinking. So we're on our phones, and instead of having that actual personalized conversation or personable conversation of, hey, how was your dad? Hey, how was your daughter? Things like that. We're on our phones, and then the meeting starts, and then we put our phone away, and then as soon as the meeting's over, we pull our phone back out to catch what we missed. It's that, what they talk about is that dopamine. It's the hit of dopamine that helps numb. The other one is you might be out to dinner, you might be out with friends hanging out over at their house, and instead of having that conversation, majority you're on your phone talking to somebody who isn't there, or scrolling through social media, or updating your social medias to seem interesting, or posting about something that might not be going on, or skewing a situation and making it seem better than what it is. That's where we're at in our society, and we have to make adjustments to it. But we have a lot of people, myself included, I've done a lot of reflecting. That's why I am where I am. I kind of want to give some props and some thanks. There's a lot of people around me, and I've had my ups and downs, and I've had my very positive feelings, and my reflecting and unsure how I feel. And I do got to say, the prior employer that I worked for, the owner, his name's Mark. They say that you need good leaders, you need people who are going to put in time, and a lot of these corporations out there, they don't take the time. They're just about the numbers. What can you output? What can we get from you? What can we soak from you? And I was fortunate to work for an owner. I do wish at times, but at my age, there's a point where you just kind of get the tools and you need to try to figure it out a little bit further. But he took a lot of time, and he took chances, and he waited, and he did anything he could. He put a lot of resources into trying to understand the best he could, talking to me, having understanding, touch and go. Sometimes when there was less communication communication, being able to stay in touch, because, you know, he's the busy man running, you know, 2-3 companies, and, you know, you can't just rely on that one person to figure it all out for you. You still have to figure it out yourself. But he did a lot of things. I mean, I'm into the place that I live in on my own now because of him. I learned a lot. I have experience in sales because of him. I had chances and understandings to things that I had never experienced because of him. I had a lot of good connections and met a lot of good people and talked to a lot of good people and got to really test myself as a man, as a person, because of him. I can take and give a lot of blame to myself for things that I may have done or that I had not understood, or that I may have taken for granted, because just kind of getting into the motions and going along with the motions and getting lost in them is very simple. So getting back to the generations, and thank you, Mark, for everything that you did do. But getting back into the generations, you have people out there, especially myself, I've been reflecting, trying to figure out how to be better about it, that are out there and they want to make an impact. And that's what I always talk about, is I want to change the world, I want to make an impact, I want to leave a legacy. And when you think about it, you talk about it, it means so much to you or myself, if you relate to this, and you really try to peel it back and think about it, and what does that even mean? I want to leave an impact. How? In regards to what? You're not going to, you know, often just leave an impact by just getting into something for a day or a week or a month or, you know, a few months. Like, it takes time. This is career. This is relationships. This is where we're at. I mean, we are in a society, in multiple generations of instant gratification and turning to, from where it went to, now there's both, but from turning to booze or drugs to numb what you might have not had in adolescence or the stresses of life. Now people have booze, drugs, and another drug, dopamine, from social media, from likes, from shares, from friend requests, from messages. We have job search websites that are great for finding a job, but it also gives people the opportunity. Now, it's always good to still be looking, but it gives people that easy access to say, hey, I'm looking for more. Flip side, open your mind on this thought. It's always been talked about, but you've got job search, you've got LinkedIn, you've got Indeed, things like that, to where you can find and drag and drop and apply and put resumes in all the time. Look at relationships. You've got Instagram, social media, Snapchat, Facebook, all of those. TikTok, where you are 2 clicks and some typing away from messaging somebody. You've got dating apps galore where you can swipe left, swipe right. You don't have to go up and actually have a conversation with somebody, which is what's very interesting in our society. I've always been a big people person. I like to be personable. I like to be there for people, especially people who I am around and interact with, coworkers. I like to understand them. I like to be there for them, talk to them, make sure that they are good, make sure that if I have any resources that I can help improve their day or make things better for them, that I will try to provide them the best that I can through either my resources or my life experience. So we're in a generation in society today that if you don't like your job, you can go apply for another one immediately. There's good and bad there. We're in a society where it's instant gratification. If you have an argument and things aren't going well in your friendship or relationship, you can just go on to farmersonly.com or whatever, and you can swipe left, swipe right, and figure it out. And instead of trying to work things out and figure it out, or having a real conversation and either come to a solution or come to an agreement of mutual understanding that maybe this isn't the right thing for this group, we just go along the side and figure it out, and then cut when we're done with where we're at. And I think that's a lot of times we need strong leadership, we need strong management who can step in on that. This video is going to cut off. I'm going to do a part 2, but thank you so much for your